Today we'll be theory crafting one of my favorite Pokemons that have loved since I was a kid. We're gonna be theory crafting Mega Staraptor today. Um, abilities out of mind until we get to the point where maybe this ability, if it had this ability, it would actually be insane on teams. Um, for starters, we're gonna talk about the weaknesses and strengths of Mega Staraptor. The weaknesses, like initially, without knowing what his ability is um, is it gonna be? Is it gonna hit harder than just regular Staraptor with a Life Orb and Reckless, right? And if it doesn't get an ability that allows it to do more damage than that, it's probably not gonna see as much play as just doing Intimidate. Oh wait, actually, it does get Intimidate, right? And maybe it could be one of those megas again that has a really good ability, like damaging ability, but has Intimidate in base. I think Staraptor would be phenomenal if they gave it that type of treatment. But now onto its strengths, and its stats are actually really good. Like it seems really bulky. It has really good speed. It has a really good attack stat. Um, what is its move pool looking like? Is that a negative or is it a positive? Well, this is not a bad move pool, actually. It's not a bad move pool. However, it solely is, I think, just gonna be um Brave Bird close combat, right? A recoil move and a move that reduces your defenses. That's really about it for Staraptor, right? Like that really is the only set. Like you, doesn't get any. It doesn't get any setup moves. I mean, it gets Roost. So you could Roost in certain situations, but you're already reducing your defense, and maybe you go Roost and you have Brave Bird, so you can stay on the field some more. Oh, it does get bulk up. You could do a bulk up set. You could do bulk up. That is a setup. That's it has setup potential. It has setup potential. With its bulk, it definitely does have setup potential, right? Interesting. Now let's get on to maybe theory crafting what its ability could be. Some people are saying its ability is going to be contrary, and if it's contrary, oh, Incineroar loses. I know I keep mentioning, you know, Incineroar this, Incineroar that, but you have to understand when the game comes out. I bet you initially people are going to have Incineroar on their team if they know VGC. Incineroar will be everywhere, and even the beginners will learn that Incineroar will be everywhere, right? So the fact that the first two megas I'm theory crafting do kind of have a decently good matchup into Incineroar is kind of insane. And Staraptor is more of it has a good matchup or it has a decent matchup because it could still be faked out. So it really can't stop Incineroar, right? But if it gets contrary, they really want to put the kibosh on Incineroar. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They really want to put the kibosh on Incineroar if they give it contrary. Now, if it gets Tough Claws, that wouldn't be a bad idea either. It boosts its damage by 20% for physical moves, which boosting your damage for Brave Bird in close combat is kind of wild. It's kind of stupid. So yeah, we'll have to see about Staraptor. This one's really up in the air solely because of its ability. If we knew what its ability was, this would be so much easier to determine whether it's going to be good or bad. But it really only has one good set. Like I can try and think of another one, but for like noticeable looking, it really is just Brave Bird close combat, right? And you could mess around with dual wing beat. You could mess around with knockoff. It doesn't really get much coverage moves. So I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be a negative of itself as well. It doesn't really get much coverage moves. It's for some reason it gets outrage. I don't know why, but I guess it's there. Acrobatics would be useless because it's gonna have an item like the Megastone counts. It does get facade, but why are you trying to actively nerf your mon to use facade unless like it has guts, which it doesn't. So whoop de doo. And I think that's really about it for Staraptor. This one's pretty short. Oh, like good teammates and stuff. Maybe like a good mouse hole. Incineroar himself, to be frank with you, and like it could be ran with Fergarath to actually help against Incineroar. So that also could be a thing it can do. It's pretty fast. Honestly, if you wanna slap it Tailwind just for the team's sake, you could. But that's really, I think, about it for Star. There's really not much to talk about with Staraptor. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. It's really not much. I just wanted to talk about Staraptor because it's one of my favorites. So I hope y'all have a great and wonderful day. This video is half the length of Golurk's. Golurk probably had a lot more potential than Staraptor. I just wanted to talk about Staraptor because it's one of my favorites. And I know I said it like 4 times already. Put a counter, talk about it in the comments. I hope y'all like and subscribe. Deuces.